Good morning. I wanted to take a few moments and talk to you about the importance of the Indiana Secretary of State's election on November 8th. We have three candidates running for Indiana Secretary of State here in Indiana. That first candidate is Republican, the second candidate is Democrat, and the third candidate is the Libertarian candidate, Jeff Moore. The first candidate, the Republican candidate, is a member of a party that has had control of the Indiana Secretary of State's office since 1994. Now, if you have concerns that our election processes aren't as good as they could be, then you have to take a look at who's had control for the last 30 years and ask yourself, do I want the people who are currently managing elections in Indiana to continue to have control over this process? If you're concerned, then I would hope that you would say, no, I think we need a change. I think we can do better. And that, in my opinion, is what's important, is that we can always do better in our state government, in every facet of our state government. And anybody says, our government's great, it's awesome, it just couldn't be any better than it is today, in my opinion, is a little delusional. Or they're a liar, one or the other, because we can always do better. The Democrat candidate, well, she takes it a step further. She says, not only is everything fine, but if you have any concerns, if you think we could do better, if you think we should do better, if you have questions about the process, well, that makes you an election denier and a threat to democracy. She even went as far as to say during the League of Women Voters debate that she thought that people who called and asked questions at the Secretary of State's office or to their local county election board were a nuisance, an annoyance. She basically wants you to sit down and shut up if you have questions or concerns about the election process in Indiana. I don't want a Secretary of State overseeing my elections who thinks that the citizens should sit down and shut up. And I definitely don't want someone in the Secretary of State's office who believes that if I have questions or concerns, or that if I believe that we can do better than we're doing today, that I'm a threat to democracy. No, that is democracy. And the fact that the Democrats don't recognize that is extremely troubling. And then, of course, the third candidate is Jeff Moore. He is the Libertarian candidate for Secretary of State, and he believes that we can improve our election process, first of all, by making sure that every vote is recorded on a paper ballot so that that paper ballot can be stored and used in an audit process where we audit all 92 counties independently and audit them before the vote is certified to provide a double check to make sure that we have done the best job we can of ensuring that your right to vote is protected by a process that values your vote. Every Hoosier vote counts, and every Hoosier vote should be counted. We need to make sure that our system of elections is both secure and honest. And that is what democracy is all about. That is not a threat to democracy when you want to verify and validate that every vote counts. So I strongly endorse Jeff Moore for Secretary of State. And as a matter of fact, I took advantage of early voting. And I've gone out there and made absolutely certain that I voted. And I voted for Jeff Moore for Secretary of State. And I encourage you to do the same. So please, exercise your right to vote. Go out there and either vote on election day or early vote and cast your vote for Indiana Secretary of State, for Jeff Moore, the only one of the three candidates who both recognizes that we can do better, that government should always be focused on continuous improvement, because that's very important when you have citizens who want to know that their individual rights are being protected by their government. We need to have a mindset that we can always do better. And Jeff Moore is the only one of the three candidates who believes not only can we do better, but that we need to focus on every vote counting and every vote being counted. So thank you for taking a few moments to listen to me and watch this. And again, I encourage you strongly, please go vote, and please vote for Jeff Moore for Secretary of State. Thank you very much. Have a great day.